All right, we are on our way. There is Captain Bob, the leader of our stalwart crew, out to the turtle grass and coral beds. And there's a couple of our scientists who are working. It's Friday afternoon, and lovely weather. Oh, and here are some of our fish counters off to the side. We're going to be snorkeling, and there's Billy B, the natural science song and dance guy. He's going to be performing on the big stage later at the BioBlitz, but right now he's among the fish counter group. And we are heading off. Oh, and there's the turtle grass beds that we're going to start off in. And we have our group just getting ready, and I'm going to stay on board and shoot them going in the water while I get ready myself. We just formed a line. We covered probably about a quarter mile out to where the broken coral started.
There we go.
And there's me, and watch out for Captain Bob. He is about to attack. Look out! Woo! That was close.
Beautiful.
All right, and here I go. Wow. Cowabunga. All right, we did not have an underwater video camera, but this is the National Geographic Society, so we know you're accustomed to a superior visual experience, so we spared no expense and commissioned this very fancy underwater rendition of stuff we saw. We had the turtle grass, and we had one seahorse, which they're hard to spot, man, and a vase sponge, lots of those actually, lots of sergeant majors, and I found this really cool blenny living inside a tube sponge, which is really neat. And of course the scientists found lots more, brought them up for identification and to add them up and put them into the big inventory count.
Sand and snot. Snail.
And we were touching it, so
it's a combination of sand and snail snot and tiny little snail eggs.
you see, they have
So
snot too.
it protects its eggs inside that.
My name is Jonathan Levan, and I'm a member of the Advanced Assessment Team for the Reef Environmental Education Foundation, which is based here in Key Largo. And a bunch of us here today IDing fish and other animals for the species count for BioBlitz. And this was the last snorkel of the day, and we were out on basically on a grass bed, and there was not too much diversity, but some interesting things. We saw a marbled blenny, which we hadn't seen yet today. And also a young snorkeler found a medusa worm, which is you don't see very often, so that was pretty cool. So we added a couple to the list, and just interested to see how many species we got today already, being the first day of 2 here at BioBlitz.
Okay, and what were those fish, the little tiny ones with the vertical stripes that had a lot of yellow on them?
Those were juvenile sergeant majors, which are a kind of damselfish, and there were plenty of them out there today.
Okay, and then those ones with the diagonal, those stripes that went through their eyes, were those?
Those were yellowhead wrasse, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I talked about them a little bit before the dive, which is potentially something that we were going to see.
And did you see the one that was in the tube that was like really hiding, and then he would come up and poke his head out? And then
that was undoubtedly some kind of blenny. I didn't see that, but it was probably a blenny.
Yeah, okay. And there were a lot of lobster out there as well, huh?
A lot of Caribbean lobster out there today. That's the perfect area for them, and there were plenty of them in their burrows. You could see lots of empty shells outside their burrows after they eat their mollusks. They just kind of throw the garbage out the door there.
Huh. Now, how did the diversity look? I mean, does it, just at a glance, did it look like things were...
I'd say that area was pretty average, though we did see a few things that we didn't expect to see. For the Caribbean, I think we've done pretty well. I'm sure we had well over 100 different probably fish species today, and then maybe another 100 invertebrate species. So for the first day, that's a pretty good count.
All right. Well, good. Thank you.
You're welcome.